Hello friends! Thank you so much for taking time out of what I'm sure is a very busy time of year to join me today. This video is about the fun we can have creating a special holiday or evening look that works for those of us with mature skin who are over 50, over 60, over 70 and beyond. Even though I'll be spending a wonderful quiet evening here at home with my husband and youngest daughter this New Year's Eve, it is fun to think about how we might dress up and apply our makeup for a special evening out sometime in the future, which hopefully we'll be able to do again in 2021. And if this is the first time you've stopped by my channel, let me extend a very special warm welcome and introduce myself. My name is Elise and I'm a professional working makeup artist who's dedicated to and passionate about helping all of us over 50 with makeup techniques and product recommendations that work for us now. After all, just a few things have changed since we were in our 20s and 30s, and what worked for us then doesn't necessarily work quite so well for us now. Every Thursday you'll find a new video on my channel that specifically addresses our needs, so I hope you'll join our wonderful family of subscribers. And if you also hit the bell icon below the video and to the right, you'll be notified each Thursday when a new video is available. So let's go ahead and create a special holiday or evening look. I'm going to be using one product that I've never used before. It's for my eyes and it's a small 6-pan mini eyeshadow palette with 3 mattes and 3 shimmers and metallics. It's gorgeous. So I'm looking forward to playing with the colors so you can get a good sense of what this palette is like. I'll also be using 2 other products, a liquid blush and a liquid highlighter, which I've used only once before, but I was very impressed with the formula, the ease of application, as well as the colors. And the blush has amazing pigmentation and stain power, which is not all that common with cream or liquid blushes. And since we're going for a special holiday look, I'll be using quite a few products that I wouldn't normally use on a day-to-day basis, including light and dark contouring creams, a finishing powder, a luminous dewy skin mist, and powder blush, highlighter, and bronzer over the cream blush, highlighter, and bronzer. And I'll explain why I'm using the powder products over the cream products during the application process. And at the end, I'll use a product which I think I've only used in one other video and which might surprise you. So I'll be interested to hear what you think. So let's dive in. I've already done my face prep, which includes my Naked Bee Lip Balm in Orange Blossom Honey, and my 3 Timeless skincare products. I first used Vitamin C plus ferulic acid to help brighten my face. Next, I applied 4 drops of coenzyme Q10 all over my face and down along my throat. It's an antioxidant which helps rebuild collagen and elastin and has 3 wrinkle-fighting ingredients. And the 3rd Timeless product I used was Matrixyl Synthe 6, which is a polypeptide that targets pronounced wrinkles and expression lines and also helps lift and plump the skin. And I followed the 3 serum applications with my moisturizer, which is Essentiel by Adele. Now this face prep may seem like a lot of time-consuming steps, but it really takes only just a very few minutes to do, and I've really had some wonderful results from these products. And now for the fun part, makeup. Today I'm going to cover a wide range of things that we can do for a special evening out or holiday look, so you can see the full range of options that we have when we create this kind of look. You might decide to use just 1 or 2 of these products or techniques, or perhaps several of them. But my purpose in sharing all of these options with you is to give you a full range of products and techniques from which to choose, so you can ramp up an everyday look to a special evening out or holiday look. Since I'll most likely have some fallout from my eyeshadow, I'm going to do my eyes first and then my face makeup. For everyday looks, I usually stick with all matte eyeshadow or mostly matte eyeshadows. But since we're going for a special occasion look today, I'm going to be using a brand new special edition eyeshadow palette from one of my absolutely favorite brands, Juvia's Place. In fact, I recently did a whole video focusing on eyeshadow palettes from this particular brand, since I think it's really one of the very best eyeshadow formulas out there for those of us over 50. This is the Nubian Royal palette. And they also have another new mini palette called the Nubian Glow Palette. Both of these palettes are $15, and as you may have guessed already, I'll be using the Nubian Royal palette. First, I'm going to apply some of my Laura Geller French Vanilla all over my eyelid area. I've already applied my eye primer and already have done my eyebrows. And I'm doing this because I want the shadow to really just glide over my eyes. Just makes the application and blending process a little bit easier. I may have to build up the pigment a little bit since I'm doing this, because this does cut down on the color payoff when I don't put the eyeshadow directly over the eye primer and use a translucent powder in between. Now I'm picking up and using the light lavender matte color, which is in the bottom middle row of the palette. And here's that color. Use that on the eyelids across the whole eyelid area. And as you can see, it's a very light color, so there's not a lot of color payoff with this particular color, so I'm putting on several layers. Next, I'm going to take this matte color and put that in the outer area of my lid and the outer area of my crease, and a little bit in my crease. I'm going to use the flat brush to put it on the outer edge of my eyelid and on the outer area of my crease. Then I'm going to put the same color on this softer, less dense brush and put this in my crease area. And I'm going to gradually just take what's left on my brush and carry it up a little bit further toward my eyebrow. And do the same on the other eye. Again, using that same color with a flatter brush that can deposit more color more quickly and easily along the outer corner of my eye and in the outer crease area. I guess I'd describe it as rather a bright orchid color. I take my blending brush and just go around the edges of that color and also into my eyelid area. Next, I'm going to go into this deepest purple color on the top. And again, I'm using that flat, denser brush just to get it in the outer area of my crease. And as you can see, I'm bringing it up just a little bit here to lift my eye area. I'm going to do the same with this eye, and then I'll do some blending afterwards. I think these are the prettiest purples I have ever used. Again, I'm going to take my blending brush and go along the outer edges, and then along the crease to blend a little bit, and the eyelid area. Tilt my head back to sort of see where I still need to do some blending. It's looking pretty good, just a little bit more. All right, now we have the metallics, so I want to swatch those so you can see what they look like. At the top of my hand, you'll first see this color, the next color will be this color, and then you'll see this color. These are absolutely stunning. This is the deepest metallic color, so I'm going to start with this on the outer corner, and then I'm going to use this color. I'm going to use my finger because metallics just apply a whole lot better with finger. And then I'm taking that other color that was on the bottom row, the outer side. Wow. All I can say is wow about this last metallic that I'm using. So this is the color I first used on my outer lid, and then I went over it with this color. Now I'm going in with that deeper purple matte color, and I'm just going to go over the outer edge with that. Then I want to do some blending. Now I'm going to go back in with my light vanilla color and go on the inner part of my eye with that. I want to lighten up the eyelid area just a bit. That helps open up my eye area quite a bit. Then I'm taking this smaller brush and I'm going to use a little bit of that French vanilla just under my arch of my eyebrow and also on the inner corner of my eye. This helps lift the eye area. I'm going to get any fallout. Actually, there wasn't much, which is surprising. And I'm going to bring my wipe just along this outer corner up because, again, that helps lift the eye. We don't want to have any eyeshadow underneath that line. For eyeliner, I have 3 here that I'm going to decide between. I have Clinique's Quick Liner in Intense Plum and in Intense Midnight, which is a beautiful blue, as well as Maybelline's Tattoo Studio Gel Pencil Liner in Striking Navy. Then I'm also going to use the Deep Purple Matte from the Juvia's Place Nubian Royal Eyeshadow Palette on the upper lid right next to my lashes. So here are the 3 eyeliner colors. The one that's the thinnest is the Intense Plum. And then to the right of that is the Intense Midnight, and then the broadest stroke of eyeliner on the far side of my hand is the gel eyeliner from Maybelline, which is called Striking Navy. I'm going to go ahead and use the Clinique Intense Plum, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the Intense Purple from the eyeshadow palette. I'm just going to go as close to the lash line as possible, starting in about the middle. And then I'm going to use a smudger on the other end to smudge it out. And if you don't have a smudger, you can of course always just use a Q-tip to do this. You can certainly see the difference between the eye without eyeliner and the eye with eyeliner. This is the eye that I have a little bit more trouble doing because I don't see well out of my left eye. But again, I'm just sort of feeling my way as close to those lashes as possible. And then the smudger saves the day by helping it all blend together. So even though I didn't do a perfect line, it will look fine. Now to add just a little bit more depth to that lid area right next to the lashes, I'm going to add some of that deep purple from the eyeshadow palette. And I'm going to go ahead and use this flat top, fairly thin brush to do it. We'll do the area under the bottom lash line after we do the concealer and foundation. So the next step is to use some primers so my makeup stays on for a longer period of time, and also it applies really evenly with a primer underneath it. I'm using Eve Pearl's Priming Moisturizer Treatment. This is a hydrating primer, which I really love. Next, I'm going to use the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation, which is a little bit heavier coverage. And I'm going to use that just on the inner part of my face where I have the most discoloration. So I put a little bit of that on the back of my hand. Next, I'm going to use a little bit of the Even Better foundation from Clinique, which has more of a medium coverage, and I'm going to put that on the outer portions of my face. Just going to dab a little bit of the heavier coverage from the Beyond Perfecting right on this inner part, and also over my age spots. Then I'm taking the lighter coverage and just dabbing a little bit of just the regular Even Better. And then I'm going to use my Eve Pearl buffing brush to buff it in. Starting on the inner section. And then moving outward. This dense buffing brush makes a world of difference in helping a makeup application look absolutely blended in and beautifully seamless. It's very soft as well, which is another benefit. But I love the flat top and the dense soft bristles, and also the angle, which allows me to get around the various angles of my face. So next, I'm going to go ahead before putting on contour and blush and highlighter by using this special product from Tatcha. This is their Illuminating Dewy Skin Mist, and this will add some added hydration and glow to my skin before applying those other products. And I'm going to put it first on a dampened sponge and then just press it into my face. So this is my Real Technique sponge, and I'm going to just press this in. This will add a little bit of extra glow and hydration to my face. Now I could use a foundation that has some glow in it, and every once in a while I do also do that, but I love this particular product. And if later I want even some more glow, I can put some more of it on after my application of my contour, my blush, and my highlighter. I should have just put it on one side of my face first to see if you could tell a difference. But I really do see a little bit more of a glow on my skin after applying this product. I'm first going to apply my light contour with this contouring product from Cover FX. This unfortunately is no longer being made, but what I loved about it was they produced a contour product specifically for different skin tones. This was for light pink undertone skin. And I'm going to be using that lighter color on the top. And I'm just going to put a little bit here, right down the center of my face. And also on these nasal labial folds, so they aren't quite as pronounced. By putting a lighter color, it brings them forward a bit so they're not so recessed. At least that's the plan. Next, I'm using my Wet n Wild contour product. This is a stick contour. As you can see, I'm going to put some on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to pick it up with my brush and then apply it that way. I could put it directly from the stick. It is very creamy, so it goes on easily, but I think to get a really nice finish and soft look with the bronzer or the contour, that putting it on the hand first and then using the brush works really well. I'm going to pick it up on my sculpting brush and start at the back and bring it forward. Also going to put it under my jawline and bring it down just a little bit. This helps the jawline look a little bit more toned. And then I'm also going to put it around the edges of my forehead. And then because this is a special evening look, I may go just a little bit darker than I normally would. This helps sculpt the face a little bit. It makes the area under the cheekbones recede so the cheekbones look a little bit more prominent. Then, to really make the edges look flawless, I'm going to take my foundation brush and I'm going to go around just the outer edges of where I applied the contour. Again, so it all looks blended in and seamless. Next, blush, and this is a product I've only used once before in a previous video. This is from Rare Beauty, the brand from Selena Gomez, and I'm going to use her liquid blush in the shade Happy. This is highly pigmented, and a little bit goes a long way. I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand and then again pick it up with a stippling brush so it will apply evenly. This is very pigmented, as you can see. I'm going to start at the very edge and bring it down. Oh, this is so pretty. Love this soft pink color. And it blends in so nicely. Next, I'm going to go ahead and apply this highlighter. I'm going to do the same thing, put it on the back of my hand. This is also from Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez. This is the shade Mesmerize. Just want to show you what that looks like. I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm going to just go over the very top of the cheekbones. And put a little bit here as well. Once again, I'm going to take my foundation brush and I'm going to go over this whole area. Just making sure the blush and the contour and the highlighter all look seamless. Now I'm going to put a little bit of concealer under my eye, and then I'm going to put the powder products over the cream products. I'm going to use my Colorscience 3-in-1 Total Eye formula. This is in a peach tone, so it really covers up discoloration under the eye area. I'm just dotting a little bit on and then patting it in with my finger. And notice I'm not bringing it all the way up under the eye. I'm just going in where I have the most discoloration. Next, I'm taking a little bit of my Laura Mercier concealer in the back of my hand, and I'm just going to dot this right on top of the Colorscience product, and then just press in with my finger. Then I'm taking a little bit of the Laura Mercier translucent powder with this brush, and I'm just going to lightly press it under this eye area so I don't get any creasing with the concealer. Then I'm going to take the Clinique Intense Plum eyeliner and just put a little bit of it in the outer 1/3 area by my bottom lash. Just want to make sure these colors connect. And then I'll use the smudger to just lightly blend that in, just so we don't have a harsh line. As you can see, I'm kind of flicking it a little bit up here just to bring that eye area up. Then I'm going back to my Nubian 3 palette, and I'm going to take that lightest lavender color and mix it in just a tiny bit with the pink and purple matte. And I'm going to use that again just along the outer edge and bring it up. Now I'm going to just lightly powder my face, primarily in the T-zone area and a little bit over my bronzer blush highlighter area as well. I have very little powder on my brush, just what's left over on my brush, so it's a very tiny amount. Then I'm going to take my Hourglass palette. This is the Ambient Lighting palette called Ghost Edit from last year. And I'm going to take the 2 finishing powders that are on the top and to your left, and I'm going to apply those all over the face. Then I'm going to take the blush, which is in the bottom 2 sectors on the right, and apply a little bit over the blush area, and then a highlighter, which I'm going to apply over the highlighted area. So I just swiped the finishing powders. What this does, the finishing powders, just brings everything together. It's almost magical. It's really beautiful. It's very expensive, and I really waited a long time before I bit the bullet and bought it, but when I saw it go on sale, I couldn't resist. And I am so glad I got it. This is one expensive product that was definitely worth the investment. Now I'm going to take this fan brush and use a little bit of the blush. The reason I'm putting powder blush over cream blush and powder illuminator over cream illuminator is that will make sure that it lasts a longer time. Now I'm picking up the highlighter and just putting it on this outer area. Now for mascara. I'm going to use a little bit of my Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara, my lower lash area, just a tiny bit. This really makes my eyes look bigger by sort of extending the whole area of my eye. I love this particular mascara because this wand is so tiny. That's what really works magic in making sure that we don't get smudges underneath our eyes with the mascara. Now I'm going to curl my lashes. And put a little bit of mascara on the upper lashes. Now to make sure everything stays in place, I'm going to use a setting spray from Urban Decay called All Nighter. Now you can either just spray this directly on your face, or again you can spray a little bit on a dampened makeup sponge. Here's what it looks like. And I'm just going to spray a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and finish up my look off camera. I'm going to apply my lipstick, also the surprise that I mentioned earlier, and do my hair, and I'll be right back. Off camera, I've gone ahead and applied Kiss Magnetic Lashes and eyeliner. So you can tell right now what it looks like to have the false eyelashes added. Magnetic false eyelashes are a fairly new product just within the last few years. And it's wonderful not to have to deal with using an adhesive to apply false eyelashes. There are 5 tiny magnets along the base of the eyelashes, and when you bring them near the magnetic eyeliner, they literally just click into place. It's really an ingenious system and really makes applying false eyelashes so much easier, especially if you apply a little extra eyeliner at each end of your eyelid area. And since some of you have shared with me that you've lost a lot of your lashes or they're extremely sparse, I did want to let you know about this product. So here you have the final holiday look. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. When you give a video a thumbs up on YouTube, the YouTube algorithm is really more likely to offer it as a suggested video to other people, which really helps the channel grow. So my thanks to you if you decide to do so. Since this has been a challenging year, to say the least, I'd love to know in the comment section below what you're most looking forward to doing later in 2021 when the pandemic hopefully will be behind us. My husband and I are looking forward to spending some time this summer in Minnesota with our oldest daughter, her husband, and our 2 grandkids. But the first thing I want to do when it's safe to do so is invite over some good friends for a fun night of games, pizza, and a few hugs. Since November 2019, when I launched this YouTube channel, I've been so delighted to have your company and to have the opportunity to get to know so many of you. That's been a wonderful blessing this past year, and I thank you so much for your continuing support. Here's wishing you not only a happy, healthy, and fabulous day, but also a new year filled with much joy and many blessings as well. Until next time, stay well and take care.